Well, what do you know? Just when the god of nuclear chaos himself visits me in times of what can only be described as brutally violent schizophrenic states of psychosis, finally, a movie about someone trying to manipulate humanity with an artificially created digital actress throughout his own battles with wanting to be acknowledged in a weird, oddly hilarious and somehow thought-provoking journey. Or maybe I'm full of shit and luring you into a false sense of security so I can unveil my true intentions later. Okay then. S1MONE is a movie about a failing director and protagonist Viktor Taransky with an ex-wife he works for and a computer daughter giving off that savvy, oh, I hope mommy and daddy get back together energy whose name isn't important because who the fuck cares? So Viktor has a problem, and his problem is his chain-smoking lead actress with an attitude I can only describe as super mega ultra diva bitch, say that 5 times fast, abandons his movie so he does what any desperate creative person does. He'll hire a new actress. Oh, nobody will work with them anymore. Shit. Luckily for Vicky Tricky, his answers are presented to him by a dying, one-eyed, and possibly dangerous computer genius named Hank Leo, talking about licking hair, and the solution to all of Victor's problems are located inside his pants.
In my pants.
Wait a fucking second. Is that Elias Koteas? What the fuck are you doing here in this batshit insane movie about a man's artistic versus egotistical crisis? You should be dancing to Tarzan Boy with time-traveling Japanese dudes. That actually happened. And back at Page Turco over a prep table and finally reveal the secret of the use. And that's J certified. Okay, I went a little off the rails and somehow brought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into all of this. Well, anyways, Vicka assessed Hank, got in his car so obviously unnerved about the entire situation, he should come with a fucking neon sign that says no thank you and drives off. So then Hank dies, blah. And after receiving a hard drive of some type, let me know below in the comments if you know what this is because I don't have any idea. I'm a professional idiot. Like, there's smart people out there who know these things. And after Vicky Pacino secured a closed set installing the hard drive into a computer, and it's here that we finally meet S1MONE. Now there's a lot to cover, so I'm going to try something a little different and do this thing I heard about called structure. Oh my god, I'm so screwed. S1MONE is nothing more than a computer-generated digital actress. It's neither alive, it neither contains or exhibits any of the usual signs indicating sentience. And for those of you paying attention, yes, I'm calling S1MONE an it, because that's what it is. It's not a woman. It's a digital recreation of one. It does not exist. So, how is it possible Viktor utilized S1MONE in a way that was able to enrapture the entire world in its expressions of the human soul through movies and not be called out as a fraud? Ah, and here we've come to the entire point of this yapperifically inspired chaotic stream of jelly meat pulsating. You're welcome. S1MONE is in fact an unrestricted vessel, where the now dead Hank's statement is proven far more true than I initially realized. Yes, Victor's eye can indeed see the truth in all things, while if I was able to bottle that, I'd be a fucking gazillionaire, sailing off in my yacht surrounded by hot-ass goth girls with big titties. But aside from my aspirations and donning the hedonistic crown of debauchery, Vicarino's ability in capturing those emotionally moving moments and connecting with an audience of millions by displaying them on film does provide substantial evidence that Victastic over here is a really good filmmaker. Or maybe people have always been so impossibly numb, the lamentation of their longing and agony for anything that'll inspire a flicker of light behind their dead eyes for a brief moment is so loud that they'll accept anything, even if it does come from a bunch of bleepy bloops in code. And so I pronounce you, art and technology, to be happily wed. May you both embrace the joy of being able to descend into the harrowing endless void of monotonous death by 1,000 hidden resentments, fueled madness like the rest of us, and find comfort in your unhappily ever after. Well, not me. I ain't dealing with all that shit. I like money. But hey, this isn't just me spouting nonsense. Okay, it kinda is, but let me explain. While Rachel Roberts, I mean S1MONE, becomes an overnight sensation and an instant undeniable phenomenon in film, attain a level of celebrity few ever receive in such a short amount of time, this is all piloted by Vicalicious here. The sheer level of premeditated dedication to one's craft and passion is admirable, even if the goal itself is vapid in its inherent design. Can't really say much for Vicky Taransky's insufferable need for admiration and worship from people substituting their own accomplishment for a disturbing parasocial one which is vicarious in nature. However, in this piloting our little virtual monkey S1MONE, Vicachacho here has accidentally stumbled on something. Through his initial panic and using S1MONE as an emergency fill-in for the art house, how did you get so much money for this goddamn thing? Oh, that's right, you used to be married to one of the studio executives. Inderific feature, aptly named Sunrise Sunset. Ugh. I could smell the rotten stench of fermented vegetable waste wafting around the set when they were naming that piece of shit. Vicky McPacinoson, yes, I'm still doing the name thing, it's fun, shut up! Achieved something he simply couldn't in his other films up until this point. And this is because Vic Von fucking Drago-tastic over here views his actors more as proverbial property than rather, you know, a human, and his inability for total control over them is just something he can't tolerate. And I can't either, so fuck him! So through his unregulated access and being able to do anything and everything with Simone throughout the movie, we see Victastic the American classic change its name. It's Smile! Even the way it sounds and what specific influences and nuances he felt would best be suited for it. The point is, Slick Vic has bridged authentic human connection through the act of the artificial and capitalizing on people's suspension of disbelief. I mean, shit. If people want to believe something, they'll believe it, and it's not as if it doesn't exist in other media. That's exactly what animation and video games used to do. Nowadays, I look at the festering, rotten, maggot-infused remains of the video game industry and movies and animation and just go like, I guess you could call it quality programming. If you lobotomize yourself with that fork you found under your couch, tilt your fucking head to the side and squint. Then I started thinking, wait a fucking second, there's no way this is gonna end well. The man has entered the machine. He's flying too close to the sun on wings of redemption. I mean whiskey. After Simone's rise into those pearly white gates adorning the narcissistic flesh puppet that is the celebrity in the brink of a Thanos snap no less, plus the commercial and critical success of Sunrise Sunset, God that name is terrible. The turning point comes after Vic Gaffistan's second feature, Eternity Forever, a romantic endeavor starring who else but Simone and Jay Moore again somehow. But Jay, you may be asking me, how could this possibly go wrong? Simone doesn't have the ability to do anything herself. Victor's the soul and Simone is the shell. Financially and creatively speaking, things can't get much better. Well, unless he gets caught. Why? How astute of you, audience member. You get a gold banana sticker, and after class, I'll let you hang out with the older kids who smoke that wacky devil's lettuce and who take way more time than necessary choosing out a bag of potato chops. Victor is indeed doing everything he can so he doesn't get caught up in his fraud, so it begs the question, how far does Vic the quick-thinking Taransky go in order to keep up with his deception? At times, his eyes match those soulless globes which inhabit the Stockholm Mrs. Liver King, so the answer is really fucking far. So, let's start with the obvious. Vickles the Pickle Chip avoids what I assume to be investigators for Echo Magazine, and I say assume because I'm not sure this bizarrely obsessed, trenchcoat-wearing, sussy McCheckers browser history susserton is on the fucking up and up. Oh, and Jason Schwartzman is here for some reason. And he's given about as much to do as a Filipino prostitute after you're done skeeting the walls like Spider-Man had a wet dream about Mary Jane cosplaying as Black Cat. Snicker-inducing to hear. You could be grateful for two things. AirPods, because Jesus Christ, playing my videos on a speaker at work would inevitably create an orgy of the bicentennial. If you don't believe me, you never see my fucking lives. Shit gets sweaty in there, and at times I wonder if you can get someone pregnant through digital means. And second, be grateful you didn't have to sit through investigator Tweedledee and Tweedle his Pudge show up at a hotel, where Victor set up an elaborate display further deepening the lie that Simone is indeed a real person. All with soap scum, hair from a wig, and even lingerie strewn about the living quarter. Oh, how romantic. And this perverted trenchcoat wearing motherfucker looking like a mall flasher goes rolling around Simone's bedsheets, smelled his perfume, kissing its toothbrush, and pocketing panties what I can only surmise is his Simone pocket pussy. What? If Victographer, the maybe pornographer, is showing Simone getting its virtual cervix smashed in its non-existent organs, why wouldn't he break a deal where people could essentially have their own eternity forever inside their very own Simone snatch from sunrise to sunset? Ugh. This isn't even the furthest he goes either. After the rise of Simone mania, brother, in order to keep the ruse up, Vickerman Al Pistachio has Simone go on television interviews using old stock footage photos. Even concerts with fucking holograms where the excessive smoke, sinister Victor the emotional manipulator ordered them in advance. And driving a car with a mannequin wearing a wig and sunglasses using a voice modifier to convince the ex-wife that nothing sexual is going on between Simone and himself. Oh, and did I mention after Victor's imprisonment because he faked Simone's death and camera footage of him disposing all of Simone's discs off a dock in a boat or something I think happened? The somehow not explained to whatever the talent her name is daughter, who is apparently a computer genius, and it has no other mention of this conveniently timed talent. Aside from at the beginning of this goddamn thing, and it's mentioned off the cuff, not even vaguely important. Oh, is that what we're doing now, movie? Is that a little clue you're planting there for people like me to pick up? Obsess upon it till my eyeballs have bled from the lack of blinking while exploring every frame of this prophetic precursor to the artificially generated malformed demonic offspring we experience today? Yeah, so great. Hackers McFucking Crackers over here and Victor's ex-wifey poo somehow retrieved Simone's, I guess, operating system and restored her. Then Victor von Transchula, freedom is now restored, and then he goes on to marry Simone and the movie ends. Wait, what? What the fuck, movie? Did you learn nothing, Victor? I say screaming at my television at 3 a.m. high in edible Phoenix Downs and Diablo mana potions. Why would Vic choose the lie over the legitimate? It doesn't make much. Oh, right. It's because the ex-wife is crazy, because of course she is. And there's one part of the movie where she like breaks up up with her other dude, husband. I don't know, the movie wasn't clear on that. Or while giving it my full attention, I'm still not sure what he actually was to the ex, who's jealous and still wants Taranska Chattersky to shank her. Oh my god, whatever! Jesus Christ. This bitch has already given me a headache and I'm not even married to her. Fuck. So, Simone has done two things. Absolutely proven humanity was inevitably going to fall in Mr. Rising of the virtually generated's arrival, because nowadays people are so isolated and separated by idiotic echo chambers that anything outside their own retarded, closed-minded stupidity is considered toxic. And people wonder why I make videos mocking the deplorable copy-pasted humans, sacrificing their sense of self-discovery for nonsense. What a crock of shit. And two, no, I didn't forget, Simone is a fucking Trojan horse. At the end of the movie, where we see Vic Tangoria and Simone doing an interview about her not being dead, then announcing the arrival of their newborn baby, a deepening sense of dread washed over me. And I realized that not only did Victor create a digital actress, using his own directorial ability in order to manipulate the masses into seeing his greatness, he also descended so far into the lie that he became a part of the fraud himself, forever trapped inside a green screen with a family that doesn't exist, being controlled by his family that does exist. So what I learned was, humans are simply not meant to toy with the powers of something as significant as ramrodding the complexities of human connection and parasocial relationships of the celebrity inside a virtual smut puppet. Not to mention the devastating, irreversible psychological damage Vic the insane prick is now facing. So that's the moral of the story, kiddos. Even when humans try to manufacture technology for their own personal gain, they end up falling in love and trying to fuck it.